Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Miller, the President of the Arts Council. Welcome to the 2024 Community Arts Awards Ceremony. Since 1985, the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo has asked the community to identify and nominate individuals and organizations that contribute to the excellence and creativity of our arts community. Before we begin celebrating our 11 recipients for 2024, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge those that have received this recognition in the past. If you have received the Community Medal of Arts before this evening, or if you have received the Distinguished Volunteer Award, the Young Artist Award, the Epic Award, the Business Arts Award, or the Gail Hoogstraten Leadership Award, would you please stand so that we might recognize you once again? Thank you for joining us tonight and for your continued support of our wonderful arts community. And now please give a warm welcome to the President of Kalamazoo Valley Community College, Dr. Errol Marshall Washington.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each of you as we gather tonight to celebrate the extraordinary creativity and artistic prowess of our local artists, arts organizations, and supporters. You know, the arts are the heartbeat of our community, bringing us together to enrich our lives in countless ways. Tonight we gather to recognize those who've made significant contributions to the cultural landscape of the greater Kalamazoo area. Congratulations to each one that's being honored tonight. Your passion and creativity not only enhance our community, but it also serves as a beacon of hope and resilience. We're privileged to live in a community that also values and supports the arts, from visual arts to music, theater, dance, and beyond. The diversity and vibrancy of our artistic community are truly remarkable. This evening we celebrate the achievements of individuals and groups who've gone above and beyond a difference through their artistic endeavors. Kalamazoo Valley honors and celebrates the artistic talents of our community. The college has partnered also with KRESA and area elementary and middle schools to exhibit their students' artwork in multiple campus locations at Kalamazoo Valley Community College. Student pieces may be seen in the President's Office area, our Student Development Services, campus hallways, and common areas. We rotate student art and design work around all our campuses of the college to give everyone who visits the college an opportunity to experience these works. And the Kalamazoo Artist Gallery that's located downtown serves as a host site for Art Hop and often showcases the work of students, our alumni, and community artists throughout the year. Earlier this year, the college completed the physical acquisition of nearly 250 items from the Murphy Darden collection. This is the first acquisition of this kind in our museum's history. Murphy Darden was not just an artist, he was a storyteller, a historian, and a custodian of cultural memory. His art offers a window into the past while challenging us to reflect on our present. We are honored to carry forward Mr. Darden's vision to share the rich history and culture of Black community. In a world often dominated by deadlines and textbooks, it's crucial to recognize the significance of arts in shaping the holistic development of us as students, us as people, us as humans, us as learners. Art is not extracurricular activity. It's a language that transcends our barriers. It fosters creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence, preparing the minds for the challenges and wonders that lie ahead. Well, as we proceed with tonight's program, let us take a moment to reflect on the power of the arts to transform lives and our communities. Let us celebrate the creativity, innovation, and hard work of our award recipients and all those who contribute to the flourishing art scene in Kalamazoo. Thank you for being here and your continued support of the arts. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Dr. Washington, and thank you for hosting us this evening. We also want to take a moment to thank retiring board members from both the Kalamazoo Cultural Center Board and the Arts Council. Please join me in thanking Lauren Carney for her distinguished service to the Board of Directors of the Arts Council. Yes, Lauren, please join me on the stage.
Good evening. I'm Jane Fetty, President of the Kalamazoo Cultural Center. And we would also like to honor our board members who are stepping down. Unfortunately, they're not here at the moment, but I would like to honor Diane Phillips, Dr. Scott Ireland, and Jennifer Moon-Gray. And we will be providing them gifts when appropriate. And please join me in thanking them for their service.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Casey Groten. I'm the Executive Director of the Kalamazoo Poetry Festival. When I first moved into Kalamazoo almost 17 years ago, I had no idea how rich the framework of poetry was in our community. We had entire festivals dedicated to it, workshops, readings, even the house shows you hear of for music around town used to be full of poets and writers, right up there alongside the musicians. Kalamazoo and the surrounding area has birthed poets that have gone on to become poet laureates, Nobel Prize winners, and graduates of Western Michigan University's creative writing program, teach poetry programs all across the United States. Poetry is alive and well here, and not only am I excited to help it continue to flourish in our community, I'm also incredibly honored to shine a light on Friends of Poetry and on Elizabeth and Scott, who possibly without realizing it have both been integral to me feeling comfortable in my new role at my organization. Scott and Elizabeth were the two first meetings I took when I became executive director. I wanted to know how they were able to sustain their organization for such a long time. Yes, we had long conversations about it, but the gist of it was simple. Find ways to show people that poetry can be fun and healing, and they will be hooked. Because poetry allows us to become mystical. It allows us to predict, philosophize, empathize, and understand the world around us, to understand ourselves. Poetry, in some ways, is like magic, and that is an amazing and beautiful thing. People used to say that you couldn't throw a stone in this town without hitting a poet, and I'm here to tell you that you still can't. I'm here to present the Epic Award to Friends of Poetry. For the past 48 years, Friends of Poetry has brought poetry to the Kalamazoo community. They began as poems on buses in 1976 after a woman named Martha Moffett saw poems on buses in New York and wanted them here. Martha became the founder of what is now known as Friends of Poetry. Since then, the annual Poems That Ate Our Ears contest has published thousands of children's poems over the past decades. Poets read their work to a packed house for the Poems That Ate Our Ears reading each year at the downtown Kalamazoo Public Library, which was standing room only last year. They also have a full house for their annual Can Poetry Be Funny program. They have marked presence in New Kalamazoo Writers Disorganization that aims to unite writers and offer programs of interest to writers. They take the time to collaborate with calligraphers, quilters, and singers, as well as group art projects such as the Photosynthesis Project by Linda Roska. They also are enjoying a tremendous collaboration with the Kalamazoo Poetry Festival. In honor of almost 5 decades of bringing beautiful poetry to Kalamazoo, we have a piece of art by William T. Glass. So if Scott and Elizabeth can come up.
Wow, this is epic, as the kids say. Thank you very much. Thanks so much to the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo for this award. I'd also like to thank the Friends of Poetry board members, many of whom are sitting right over there. If you don't mind standing up, they deserve. Elizabeth has run this organization for many, many years. I've taken over in the past few years, but the work is done by the board members. So Elizabeth Bulmer, Robin Church, Jennifer Clark, Emily Daniel, Melanie Dunbar, Kelly Frost, Deborah Gang, Joe Gross, and Tom Schwartz all deserve a huge round of applause for the work that we do. Just a few more thanks. Additional thanks to our loyal donors who have provided financial support in some cases for many years. And enormous thanks to all the teachers who have worked with the kids for our Poems That Ate Our Ears contests, which is the longest running youth poetry contest in Michigan. And finally, I'd like to thank the Kalamazoo community for its love and support for poetry and the literary arts. Friends of Poetry has endured because poetry endures. And poetry endures because people understand its value on a personal level and on a public level. So thank you very much.
Scott is the organized speaker. I'm the write it on your hand speaker. Let's see, what does that say? Oh, yes. When Martha Moffett recruited me in the 80s, I didn't know it was a lifetime commitment. When we recruited Scott, he didn't know it was a lifetime commitment. I want to talk about visiting and having a blood draw, because this relates. The phlebotomist said to me, "What are you going to do for the rest of the day?" And I said, "I'm going to work on a poem." And she said, "I wrote a poem once, and it was published, and I did a reading at the Kalamazoo Public Library." And I'm like, that's what I live for. That was such a great thing. The second thing is there's a woman who's in her late 80s who's a blueberry farmer north of here. And every morning she gets up, lets her dogs out, has coffee, writes a poem and sends it to 40 people. This is the poem she sent the other day. Fresh frost on the window pane, new snow on the hillside, whispered dreams to the quiet horizon. Poetry is everywhere. Friends of Poetry tries to find it and bring it to you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kelly Doyle. I'm the CEO of CARES of Southwest Michigan, and I am delighted to present the second Epic Award of the evening to Miller Auditorium. For over 55 years, Miller Auditorium has presented the performing arts not as culture for culture's sake, but the enrichment of the lives of our students, our faculty, and our friends in the community. They host touring Broadway shows, live concerts, comedy events, family shows, professional dance companies, international symphonies, and world music. And one of my favorites was Cold Case, where we learned how to think like a murderer. They also serve local arts organizations as the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra, Gilmore, the Kalamazoo Concert Band, WMU School of Music performances, local dance school recitals, the International Fest, high school graduations, and more. For many people, Miller has been their first Broadway show, or it's when they walked across the stage getting their high school or college diplomas. They've served as a site for first dates, marriage proposals, and even served as a unique setting for weddings. And sadly, it's hosted funerals for fallen police officers and political dignitaries. Not only does Miller lend to the cultural enrichment of our community, they provide outreach and access to arts that cannot be done without them. They contribute to the local economy, hosting numerous touring companies each year that live, eat, and shop in our community, and thousands of people that come from out of town to see their shows. Miller has several programs and works with various nonprofits. CARES, SBCA, Girl Scouts, Out Front Kalamazoo, Salvation Army, Loaves and Fishes, Gospel Mission, and more. Through their Family First program, they provided over 2,000 tickets annually to area low-income families. To honor them for their contributions of over 5 decades, I'm honored to call up Tracy Lottie, the director of Miller Auditorium, to accept the award, an amazing person and my friend, and they're getting a piece from Gerald Myers. Thank you so much. Miller has been a cornerstone of the community for 57 years, and I've had the pleasure of being a part of that for the past 26. When reflecting on what makes Miller so special, there's been a common thread that I've heard over and over: Miller magic. I've heard this term from tour managers when they're amazed at how fast our crew gets the show loaded in. I've heard it from renters who are continuously in awe of what our staff creates for them on stage. Our patrons as they excitedly are leaving after seeing a great show, and from our volunteers and each other when we handle any situation that pops up without missing a beat. And if you've ever worked in live entertainment, you know that things pop up. And we've had our share over the years from patrons who enter carrying an urn, asking if it's okay to bring that into the house with them. They have an extra ticket and a seat for it. An elephant whose trainer forgets which door to go through, so said elephant enters with the door frame. Magician's elephant 1, Miller stage door 0. The patron who comes in with their support animal, a pony,
Ted Neely signing autographs until 2:30 in the morning, and his driver got tired and went home and left him there. And on February 2nd, 2008, we started a little artist by the name of Taylor Swift with a sold-out concert on stage. But as Kelly said, Miller is so much more than that. We are more than the shows we bring. If you grew up or went to Western, odds are likely you walked across our stage to get your diploma. If you are part of any performing arts organization in Kalamazoo, odds are likely you performed on our stage. As she said, we've had proposals in the house at the curtain call of rent, weddings, Sweet 16 parties, and yes, funerals. Miller has been part of the foundation of your lives, all of our lives. And that Miller magic, it is actually the people that make Miller so special. If you currently or have ever worked or volunteered for Miller, can you stand up for a moment, please? Thank you. You all are actually who make Miller so magical for the past 5 decades, and this award would not be possible without you. So thank you so much, and here's to many more magical years.
Please give a warm welcome to Egypt Trinity from the Kalamazoo Poetry Festival.
Identity. It's something about waking up and wearing who you are on your face or your waist. The way you walk, talk, and make your way throughout the day. Do you notice the change? Who you are today may not be who you woke up as yesterday. Identity is the characteristic determining who or what a person or thing is. Sometimes I can be an object, feeling seen but used and not heard like the TV that watches us sleep. I had moments where my body was just that, a TV with no sound heard by the people I surround. I'm just a figure and even a broken record. I can be a person feeling all of the emotions of what's overflowing, cooking up the courage to keep on going. Despite the color of my skin and my thick hair, or the way I get loud when I speak with passion, I still stand as her. And she is me, Egypt Trinity, speaking peaceful vibrations over people that can't really see me. Uplifting souls that need to be lifted, sparking the nurturing spirit. I was a mother before birthing my son. I am a healer, a provider, and a protector. I'm soulful, hopeful, praying that the world one day understand that I may not appear to be neat, sweet, or a geek, but yet I am all of those things. I am neat with my chaos and sweet to those that are sweet to me. I may be brown and my IEP may say I can't round to the nearest fraction, but I can speak with passion. I can express the unworded things with a delivery that allows you to feel you are right on this journey with me. I identify as woman, but may have to be the man that I need in times he isn't able to be. We may have to wear a mask and pretend to be someone we aren't truly, but even still, where is the joy in being you? Being whoever you want to be, loud and proud without judgment. Being you can mean being loud or quiet. Some may like it, some may love it. But learning you is essential to being you. Being whole in your own identity is the key in being free, despite who judges you. Be proud of your truth. Who's really keeping track of how many times you double back? And if they're watching that hard, tell them to find a job because this one isn't paying them. We all have pieces of identity hidden in things or people around us, but remember who you are. It's just as important as who you show up to be. Be you. Embrace your hidden identity. Flaunt it, because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Hello. I'm Cara Laurence, 2021 Community Medal of Arts recipient. I have the I'm gonna need a set of headphones in a much smaller room. I have the pleasure this evening of presenting the 2024 Business Arts Award to Denoyer Chevrolet. The Denoyer automotive family has been a fixture in Kalamazoo since 1943. Every year, Denoyer Chevrolet makes a point of helping to bolster Kalamazoo County's arts organizations. They become fiscal sponsors of multiple series and events. They place advertisements in programs and on home pages. Over the years, Denoyer Chevrolet has supported the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra, Fontana, the Kalamazoo Civic Theater, the Gilmore International Piano Festival, the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts, and Wings Stadium. Especially dear to their hearts, I imagine, that Denoyer Chevrolet has been the title sponsor of the Gilmore Car Museum's Wednesday night cruise-ins for the past 2 years. Bill Denoyer has shown a long-time commitment to the arts community in countless ways. He credits his father and grandfather for being wonderful examples of how serving others with your time and talents helps lift us all and improves our community. Bill Denoyer is here to accept the Business Arts Award on behalf of Denoyer Chevrolet. We have selected a gift of art by Nikki Horner to honor their accomplishments.
Thank you, Kara, for those kind words, and congratulations to the other awards recipients tonight. On behalf of our family, I want to thank you for this award. We are honored and humbled to be chosen. My father's theme song in life was Count Your Blessings. Our family counts as a blessing the opportunity to business in Kalamazoo for 4 generations. This community has supported our family and our employees' families through business cycles, wars, tornadoes, and most recently a pandemic. This community's support and loyalty, coupled with a family faith foundation that encourages stewardship, has been the motivation to get back to Kalamazoo, our home. The arts are a key component to building a city whose quality of life is rich and vibrant. Not only is a strong arts community attractive to economic development and new residents, it also enhances the lives of its current citizens. I'm proud to live in Kalamazoo, a city that has always placed a strong emphasis on the arts. I can think of many memories enriched through this community, taking our family to plays at the Civic, enjoying art hops each month, art classes for my children at the KIA, date nights with my wife at the KSO. The list goes on and grows. We count it as a blessing, the wealth and breadth of the arts organizations in our community. Thank you again for this honor.
Chesick. I'm the Executive Director of the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Art is a collaborative adventure. It's meant to be shared, it's meant to have meaning, it's meant to inspire, and it's meant to endure. It is important in any community, but it's especially important in ours, to recognize and honor the memory of those who have left a legacy in the arts, and for us to remember whose shadow we stand in. Well, we know that not all of those that we have lost in this last year are represented in our list tonight. Please join me in reflection as I read the list of those who have left their legacy of creating and supporting the arts. Linda Lynn Albert, Janice Barbie, Phyllis Birch, James Bishop, Bonnie Bonds, Everett Buell, Helen Bolt, Michelle Burton Knapp, Margarita Campos, Brian Caney, Patricia Carlin, Jill Christian, John Coates, Thomas Coyne, David Crandall, Murphy Darden Sr., David Deschone, Gertrude Early, Guy Ebenhoe, Kenneth Eisenberg, Elsie Gale, William T. Glass, Victoria Geyer, Constantine C.J. Gus Giancaris, Jay Heckler, Dean Hansberger, Brian Huey, Barbara Huey, John Cooch, Millie Lambert, Laura Latchley, Carol Leipzig, Bonnie Lewis, Marilyn Majewski, Dolores Malpass, Solomon Mikowski, Bonnie Prentice, Gerald Rosenoff, Vern Stillwell, Mary Tyler, and William Bill Waldeck.
Greetings, I'm Anthony J. Hamilton, Artistic Director of the Kalamazoo Civic Theater and recipient of the Young Artist Award back when dinosaurs walked the earth. I just want to say before I get on the script that I've had the opportunity to work with both of these young ladies and I'm incredibly proud of you both. Congratulations. The Alan F. Carter Young Artist Award was named after a young artist whose life was tragically cut short, but who left an indelible mark on the arts community while he was here. Tonight's recipients will receive a scholarship to assist them with their continued studies in an arts discipline as they make their way in their own artistic journey. Courtney Gardner has been a long-time volunteer and performer at the Kalamazoo Civic Theater, namely as part of our Civic Youth Theater. Most recently, she was seen in our season opener, 6, the musical Teen Edition. Courtney's involvement in the theater is not limited to the Civic, but includes center stage theater and school performances. She recently performed in Kalamazoo Central High School's Chicago Teen Edition. Courtney is also a member of her school's improv team and sings with the Hawthorne Singers. She has been a member of the Kalamazoo Civic's Play Reading Committee and is a member of Center Stage Theater's board. Courtney has become a very important part of the theater community in Kalamazoo. She has conducted herself as a disciplined leader. She demonstrates a strong work ethic and does so with a smile. Courtney is a mature young lady who will undoubtedly continue to influence others as she transitions into her college journey. Courtney plans to major in musical theater performance, and she will receive a scholarship from the Adam F. Carter Fund to aid in this pursuit. With her background and her tenacity, she is sure to contribute much to whichever school she chooses. Courtney, may the things you have learned in our community take you to places far and wide, and may your career reflect the hard work that you are known for putting in. Congratulations on this honor. We wish you much success.
I did not see myself ever being here, but I am. So I would like to thank everybody in my support. I would like to thank God first of all because He wakes me up every morning and lets me continue my journey of musical theater. I would like to thank Kalamazoo Civic for nominating me and having me have this opportunity. I would like to thank the Kalamazoo Civic for always being my family and supporting me in everything I do, even if it's not a CST show and like a high school show. And I would like to thank my parents, my grandparents, and my siblings for always supporting me and dealing with my busy schedule and taking me to all those late night rehearsals. I would also like to thank, of course, Don Dillon for bringing me where I am today, from being my voice lesson teacher and choir teacher in elementary school to introducing me to Center Stage Theater and being where I am today. And though he couldn't be here, he's in Florida somewhere, I know he's grateful and very happy that I am receiving this award. And yeah, thank you very much.
Good evening. I am Mike Curtis, the Director of Volunteers at the Kalamazoo Civic Theater, and I have the pleasure and honor of awarding our next Young Artist Award. Carly Rose Koch has established an impressive list of accomplishments that many artists will be unable to accomplish. She has performed in 4 small professional theater actors' equity productions at the Farmers Alley Theater. She has worked with Maestro Julian Querty at the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra, and she has performed as a specially requested vocalist for the Bayview Music Festival, the oldest Chautauqua music festival in the United States. And these are just her professional credits. Her educational roles have been a who's who highlight reel of Broadway stalwarts, playing Eurydice in Hadestown, Anya in Anastasia, Pearl Crabs and SpongeBob, Joe March in Little Women, and Caddy in Mean Girls. Carly is a Sutton Foster Award nominee for Anastasia, a Sutton Foster Award finalist for Mean Girls, a Broadway World Award nominee for Run Home as Small Allison, and is the 2023 winning recipient of the Michigan School Vocal Music Association Musical Theaters Intensive, the highest vocal award one can receive from the state in Michigan. While Carly is an extraordinarily gifted artist, she is an even more accomplished team player and team member. Carly is an artist who, no matter what the event, helps everyone on the team to be better. She is truly someone who helps to float the boat of the entire organization, whether that is music, drama, forensics, or dance. Carly will receive a scholarship tonight to aid her future educational pursuits, and I know she will go far. Congratulations, Carly.
words. That was very kind. Hello, I am so grateful to be here tonight and to be receiving the Adam F. Carter Young Artist Award. I want to thank Lynn Potts for nominating me for this award. I am so thankful to have grown up with your love, your support, and your mentorship. Thank you to the Arts Council for ensuring that Kalamazoo has a thriving arts community and for supporting young artists like me and Courtney by giving us the chance to pursue our dreams. I truly feel so lucky to be part of a community that is so appreciative of performing arts. A very special thank you to Ashley Bowen, my director at Portage Central High School, with whom I have been creating theater with since I was 9 years old. I want to thank her for all of the opportunities she has given me and entrusting me with leadership as I've been in high school. Thank you to Kirisa and the Advanced Musical Theater Education for the Arts class. I wouldn't be where I am today without teachers like Corlin Longer-Schreck, Whitney Weiner, and Chris Alming-Stoll. I want to thank my family, who have provided me with endless guidance and support, my dad for teaching me how to use my art to make the world a better place, my mom and my mentor for motivating me to work hard and encouraging me through everything, my brother Jason for being my built-in best friend and my rock, and my nanny, Ms. Catherine Muley, for being my biggest inspiration and teaching me what it means to truly be a strong woman. I love you all. Finally, I want to say how honored I feel to be able to carry on Adam Carter's legacy. We miss you, Adam, and I strive to someday make as much of an impact in this community as you have. Thank you all so much.
And now, please welcome Western Michigan University's Brown Board.
No, this is not goodbye. I swear that I'm gonna change. No, baby, please don't cry. It doesn't have to end this way. When I think about the nights I've been alone, I get terrified. Please don't say goodbye. 'Cause girl, if you leave me now, and if you give it up and just walk right out, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. But baby, if you leave me now, oh, when did we lose our way? Oh, my whole world was unraveling. Girl, it's driving me insane. There's no road worth traveling. When I think about all of the nights you're gone, I get terrified. Please don't say goodbye. 'Cause girl, if you leave me now, if you give it up and just walk right now, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. Baby, if you leave me now, oh, baby, if you leave me now. And if you give it up and just walk right out, ooh, you will take the biggest part of me and all the things that I believe. But baby, if you leave me, no, ooh, no, baby, if you leave me now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Danny Mora. I am the president of the Bronx Chords. We have one more song for you, but before we do that, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information on who we are and where we came from. So, as I just said, we are the WVU Bronx Chords. We are Western's one and only tenor-based a cappella group. We were established in 2007, and we are open to all majors, genders, and identities. We have performed in various venues across Michigan. We have also toured, and we have performed in various competitions. We have a few concerts every year right here in Kalamazoo. So if you're interested in hearing more from us or just keeping up with what's going on in our lives, you can follow us on Instagram at bronchords.wmu, or you can follow our Facebook page, the WMU Bronchords. Without further ado, we're going to sing our last song for you. Thank you all so much for having us, and we hope you enjoy. Candy, she's sweet like candy in my veins. Baby, I'm dying for another taste. And every night my mind is running around her. Thunders get louder and louder. Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I got it. And all I need is to be struck by your electric love. Baby, your electric love. Electric love. Drown me. You make my heart beat like the rain. Surround me. Hold me deep beneath your waves. And every night my mind is running around her. Thunders get louder and louder. Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I got it. And all I need is to be struck by your electric love. Baby,
Hello, I'm Simon Thalman. I'm the Marketing Director at Kalamazoo Community College and the Vice President of the Board of Directors for the Arts Council. We are now part of the program where we celebrate the Gail Hoogstraten Arts Leadership Award recipients. Gail Hoogstraten was the first full-time Executive Director of the Arts Council, and the Arts Council honored her tenacity by naming this award after her. Our first recipient in the administrator category is Cab Reininger. Cab is a visual communication professional with a career spanning 2 decades in and around the greater Kalamazoo area. For the past 5 years, she's led the design team at Kalamazoo Community College's Media Design Center as Media Design Manager, leading the college's design and branding efforts and teaching classes. Before joining KCC, Cab was an artist, designer, and art director, spearheading visual communication initiatives for clients including Pfizer, the SPCA, Stryker, and the United Way. As manager of KCC's Media Design Center, Cab directs the college's visual identity and in turn influences the impressions of countless current and prospective students who look to KCC as a way to improve their lives through education. Cab's guidance and leadership on the design aspects of a recent college website redesign project, where she essentially built the entire website from scratch, quite literally, was especially appreciated, and it saved the college hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that is not an exaggeration. Huge project. Her work with internal clients to keep them on brand and to help them understand the importance of good design is also consistently impressive and appreciated. Her recent work, for one example, includes the college's annual all-employee general session presentation materials, which effectively communicated the college mission despite several disparate upper administration stakeholders working to influence the presentation. Cab led the process through quality design that created a consistent presentation of the college voice and brand that was heads and tails above what the college has seen in the past. Cab could not be here tonight, so I will accept the award on her behalf. We are gifting her a work of art by Judith Kumesny in honor of her leadership in the arts. Our second Arts Leadership Administrator recipient is Kate Gonsho. Kate is the Executive Director for Wellspring Corey Terry and Dancers, and in this role she is instrumental in leading the overall administration and operations of the dance company, the Dance Academy and Regional Alternative Dance Festival known as RADFest. She has developed a strong rapport with our fellow Epic Center partners and Kalamazoo area arts organizations. Those relationships have facilitated collaborative projects, including but not limited to those with the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra, the Gilmore International Piano Festival, Fontana Chamber Arts, Kalamazoo Institute of Art, and the Kalamazoo Concert Band. In addition to her role as Executive Director, Kate is currently a member of the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, where she was appointed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer in 2021 to represent Southwest Michigan. In this role, she serves and brings visibility to the state's art and culture community. In addition to serving the state of Michigan, Kate sees her role in the council as an opportunity to learn from this leadership peer group, to experience and observe other arts communities across Michigan. She inherently brings her learnings back to Wellspring and supports a culture of continuous improvement. Under Kate's leadership, Wellspring has been working with the Dance Education and Equity Association, which is dedicated to supporting dance education through their Be Courageous courses and community collaboration. To honor Kate's work as an administrator in dance, we are offering her a piece of art by Bobby Alcamas. Congratulations, Kate.
Words cannot properly express how grateful I am for this honor. Don't do it, Kate. It's okay, I'm a human. Humans cry. 8 years ago, I took what felt like a pretty big leap at the time. Having spent the better part of a decade as a higher education administrator, I was excited to step into the world of the arts. but I felt I was a bit out of my realm. What I knew of nonprofit organizations and boards of directors was intimidating to me, but I had passion and drive and quickly found the support I needed to figure things out. Big thank you to One Place. Yes, thank you, One Place. I also knew that I landed somewhere pretty special with Corey Terry and the board of directors welcoming me to Wellspring with the flexibility that I needed at that time for my family. I have learned how lucky I am to have such a strong group of mentors who have been around to guide me at many points throughout my journey. My unapologetic will to put myself out there probably didn't hurt. What can I say, I'm a Leo. But that aside, I had people who invested in me, supported me, and pushed me to keep exploring. My mother and father, Karen and Randy, hi on FaceTime, who always taught me to think outside the box while working to leave things in a better state than I found them. To Shelley Beitzel, who taught me not only the fundamentals of dance technique, but also how to be an artist wherever you are. To Pam Davis, who taught me the importance of building up the members of your team and how to structure a killer event. To Jackie Parsons, who taught me to lead with grace and to never ask someone to do something you aren't willing to do yourself. To Barbara Verletza, who taught me that it was okay to march to my own drum and that there was a place for me even if others couldn't see it. To Bob Rada, who taught me the importance of building and maintaining communities and that investing in the next generation is worth the time. And to Eve Esch, who taught me the importance of caring for myself because you can't pour from an empty cup. It has been a great honor to be able to share these lessons with more and more with the many young people I have worked with over the last 2 decades. As a supervisor, advisor, mentor, friend, and colleague, I love having the chance to help people discover their strengths, identify their opportunities for growth, and find joy through the process. And with the recent shifts at Wellspring, I am thrilled and excited, Corey Terry, wherever you are, that one was for you, to work with this amazing group of young talent to build towards 44 more years of Wellspring. Now on to a few thank yous before I get kicked off the stage. To my Wellspring family, and yes, they really are like a family. Thank you for being with me through the ups and downs. Corey, thank you for taking a chance on me 8 years ago. Board, thank you for constantly pushing me to grow and learn. Team, I am so honored to do this work beside all of you. And Marissa, I don't even have the words to thank you for your partnership and friendship. Let's keep doing cool stuff together. Jennifer Sue, you have taught me over and over that we can do hard things. You are so incredibly strong and resilient, and I love you. To the Leishman 6, thank you for being there, even when you don't have to. I am who I am because of all of you. Alec and Isaac, I am so proud to be your mom. Thank you for being thoughtful and kind, and for all of the laughs and snuggles. And finally, Paul Yancho, I really am the luckiest. I can't even put into words all the gratitude I have for you. You make me a better person, and happy anniversary. I love you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Liz Euchre. I'm the Vice President of Artistic Operations and Education with the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra. Our final 2024 Gail Hoogstraten Arts Leadership Award tonight is for education and is bestowed on my very dear colleague and friend, Ben Goodbranson. Ben is an outstanding music educator whose commitment to the young people of Kalamazoo is truly changing lives. Mr. G, as he's known to just about everybody in this community, is known for building magnetic programs that students really want to be a part of. We see this in the significant growth during his time here at Kalamazoo Public Schools, in the growth of his orchestra classes, as well as in the full capacity turnout of students in the KSO's Kalamazoo Kids in Tune after-school music program. Ben's work is making a big impact on the musical pipeline in Kalamazoo. KPS students who start in elementary string programs find a warm reception and welcome in his middle school program at Maple Street. He invites them to stay involved in music at a transitional time in life when many students are turning to other interests. Ben is continually building up the artistic level of his ensembles, which in turn supports the development of our excellent KPS high school programs. When Kids in Tune was selected to join the Carnegie Hall Play USA Consortium several years ago, I believe that was a reflection of the inclusive program philosophy that Ben was leading at Kids in Tune. And he represents the program annually as our lead cohort member. Recognizing his exceptional capabilities, Carnegie Hall invited Ben to become a presenter at professional development events for music educators from across the country. He's also been recognized as MSBOA Music Teacher of the Year and presented at Michigan Music Conference and the El Sistema USA National Conference. Mr. G is known and loved for his endless catalog of dad jokes, a healthy disregard for red tape, and a willingness to go to the ends of the earth for his students and colleagues any day of the year, except for November 15th, when he is off the grid in a deer blind up north. He's always my first cellist friend to get his deer. Ben performs as a cellist in regional orchestras and theater pit orchestra in whatever spare time he has outside of raising his beautiful family. It's been a real honor to support Mr. G's amazing ideas through our work together, and to honor his work, we are gifting him a piece created by Justin.
Wow. I am honored and humbled to be chosen for this award and represent the legacy of Gail Hoogstraten and those who have been selected for this award before me. Growing up in a farming community in central Michigan, the idea of becoming a public school orchestra teacher wasn't really anything in the realm of consideration for me for the longest time. My father managed a lumber yard and my mom ran a daycare out of our home. I watched both of my parents put in hours, week in and week out, providing for us. But especially for my dad, he was sort of just going through life without passion or purpose as it related to his employment. He worked because it was required of him, but not because he was passionate or called to do the work itself. Lucky for me, my dad was keenly aware of this cycle, and when I became old enough to start considering my future, my dad was extremely supportive and vocal about the importance of being passionate about your work. Moreover, he encouraged me to chase after and build upon the gifts he could see in me as a young person. Fast forward about 20 years, and here I am in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I feel like the luckiest man in the world, that I have the privilege of working with the curious, charismatic, and passionate young musicians of this town, which I've grown to love and call home. Over the years, I've learned so much from these students, but all of it is centered around the importance of getting on their level and listening to them, doing life alongside of them, and honestly celebrating them as individual people each and every day. Early in my career, I became frustrated at my inability to produce what I felt was an excellent musical product with my students. It seemed that the harder I squeezed and pressed, the less we would produce. It wasn't until a well-timed conversation with a much more seasoned teacher that I realized I had it all backwards. He challenged me with a convicting message. Over dinner, he said, "Ben, does this world really need another Beethoven symphony? Or is the answer much more simple? Create a space kids want to be a part of. The music will take care of itself." Since April of 2018, my teaching compass has been pointed at that idea. I've found it to be the most radically transformational shift in my teaching mindset in the last decade of being in this line of work. At school and at Kids in Tune, this has been my aim, and I have found it to be so liberating. When students are excited to do good work together, and they know that they are valued and seen in the space each and every day, they'll go to the ends of the world for each other and will passionately pursue excellence. In our classroom, we talk about being family, and as much, they know that it takes all of us to produce a product that we can be proud of. Musical excellence and artistic expression is a byproduct of healthy relationships and each of us challenging each other to be the best version of ourselves. I want to send a huge thank you to Liz Euchre and the Kalamazoo Symphony for her unwavering support of Kalamazoo Kids in Tune and her tireless effort to support the students, staff, and artistic vision of the program. Additionally, I'd like to thank Dr. Bogan, the building principal at Maple Street, who's been a huge advocate for the arts at KPS and my closest professional mentor since I began my journey here in Kalamazoo. Lastly, I need to thank my dear wife, Taylor, for her late-night teaching debriefs and her unique ability to bring clarity and wise counsel to the table whenever I needed it the most. This line of work can be a challenge, but I count it as a blessing that I am here each and every day, doing life and making art alongside these remarkable young people. Thank you.
Now please welcome Movement Reservoir Dance Company.
Good evening. I'm Kathy Millay, Director and Production Manager at Farmers Alley Theater, and a 2001 Community Medal of Arts recipient. Before I start my comments about our honor here, I'd like to mention that it says in your program that Julie Rogers would be here tonight to help present the next 3 awards. She is not here because she is not interested. At 6:15, Kristen received the call that she is on the floor of the House debating a bill to improve money for the arts and the organization. Our first 2024 Community Medal of Arts recipient is Lanford J. Potts. Lanny has dedicated 27 years of exemplary service to Kalamazoo College, where he serves as the artistic director of the Festival Playhouse Theater and a professor of theater arts. Lanny's responsibilities extend beyond creative direction, as he is entrusted with overseeing staff and managing all theatrical productions within the department. His visionary leadership has led the college to be the first institution to stage groundbreaking productions such as Fun Home, written by the esteemed K College alum Lisa Crone, the final West End version of Be More Chill, penned by another K alum, Joe Tratch, The Compass by Michael Rowe, and It Can't Happen Here, staged following the 2016 election. As a lighting designer, Lanny is a continual learner, embracing each new challenge with enthusiasm and pushing the boundaries of his craft. His unparalleled mastery of lighting design has enriched countless productions, transforming the stage into a canvas of light and shadow that elevates every narrative. His lighting designs are not merely functional, but works of art in their own right, bringing a profound visual depth to each performance. Lanny's creative prowess has been a cornerstone of productions at Kalamazoo College and beyond. In particular, his contributions to Farmers Alley Theater has left an indelible mark with his lighting designs featured in every one of the theater's 17 seasons, each year showcasing his ever-evolving artistic vision. Lanny is receiving the Community Medal of Arts designed by sculptor Brent Harris. This year's medals are inspired by the idea of emergence. Emergence occurs when a complex entity has properties or behaviors that its parts do not have on their own, and emerge only when they interact in the wider whole. Congratulations, Lanny.
Thank you very much. So for the next 8 minutes that I've been given to give some thanks, in the next 120 seconds that I've been given, I'd like to share 3 things of thanks. Number 1, no matter your artistic work, you cannot be an artist if your work doesn't somehow come as a sacrifice to those that love you, to your family. It's true. And I've been doing it long enough now that I also are making those sacrifices with my granddaughter. So for my gifted, intelligent, and most amazing wife, Barbara, oof, goodness. Thank you so much for your constantly steering my heart toward my family when my head wants to constantly be moving toward work. You are and remain a gift to me and our family. And to my family, thank you so much for the sacrifices that you've made for me because of my work in the arts. And for those that know, you know. So I've been immensely blessed and supported and loved as an artist by my family, and that's really saying something. I'm thankful for them. Lucky me. Number two, in the live event production world, within which I work, it's impossible not to be a collaborator with other amazing, gifted, talented artists. And I've worked with a lot of them that are here this evening. Thank you. I also want to just recognize that when you're doing live event production and you get to work with other people, I'm afraid sometimes those people probably haven't seen me at my best. So, thank you for your suffering. Not everyone probably wants to tolerate me when I'm in the middle of the gig, but bless you, thank you, and as I've said for many years, it has been a gift to me to get to work with the people that I get to work with. Lucky me. Last, I hope everyone realizes and recognizes this is probably the wrong crowd to share this with. The incredible philanthropy that we receive in this community to be able to do the arts. If you have given time, if you have given money, if you are a family of arts lovers in this community, thank you, because we cannot do it without your support, and that is no small thing. So, if you've given that gift, thank you for it. Our community is the richer for it, and lucky me, lucky you, and lucky us for it. And last, for those of you that are here, thank you for your gifts, your positivity, and I hope for our future work together. Can't wait to get to it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica Mallow-Gully, President and CEO for the Kalamazoo Symphony Orchestra. I have the absolute privilege of introducing our next Community Medal of Arts recipient, Elizabeth Start. She is one of the most brilliant, dedicated, and passionate collaborators that I have the pleasure of working with day in and day out at the Symphony. Her contributions to this community may be too many to name, but many tonight, I hope, will recognize the strength of her work in making our arts community a better place. Dr. Stark's active presence as a performer, composer, presenter, administrator, union leader, and teacher in Kalamazoo for over 2 decades is worthy of recognition and celebration. Wearing many hats, as artists often do, she has dedicated her career to uplifting the value of the creative process and the new ideas and voices in music. Her compositions range from solo pieces to full orchestra, and from the whimsical to the philosophical. We were fortunate to commission and perform one of her works as part of our 100th anniversary season, Traces. In her work as executive director of the Connecting Chords Music Festival, Dr. Start has developed a series that brings artists of the highest level, representing a huge variety of cultural and faith traditions to our community each year. The organization's mission is to serve audiences and communities of all faiths and cultures by providing opportunities to connect with each other through music, with a vision of connecting powers of music that foster mutual understanding and respect and builds community harmony. This innovative series exemplifies and increases the uniqueness of Kalamazoo, where we all enjoy a vibrant and outsized arts and cultural scene for such a small city. Also an educator, Dr. Start is a regular chamber music coach for the young participants of chamber music workshops, such as well for adults at Blue Lake's Chamber Music for Fun session. She has taught music theory, composition, and music appreciation for many colleges, including Grand Valley and Kalamazoo College locally. In her creative work as a composer and performer, she gathers inspiration from the communities that she's part of, shining a light on ideas that need to be explored and people who audiences can learn from. Her enduring commitment to creating is an act of leadership in itself. And it must be said that Dr. Start, as a female composer, union leader, and executive director, is accustomed to working in male-dominated spaces, challenging the status quo and demonstrating to insiders and outsiders alike that women belong in and are actively shaping this work. Elizabeth Start will also receive a Community Medal of Arts designed by Brent Harris.
Just a quick note on footwear. I've had a really nice view of all the nice shoes people are wearing, and I'm not. And that's because today I started out with a walk from my house to the Amtrak station for a ride into Chicago for rehearsal, and of course I had to walk from Union Station. And then I was rescued by my knight in shining Chrysler Pacifica to drive me back here. So thank you, Pete, and sorry about the shoes. I was really surprised. I don't do one big noticeable thing. I pop up here and there, doing this and that, and thinking that I don't really care whether anyone connects the dots. I work in, not really. I work in silos. If you meet me as a cellist, I'm unlikely to tell you right away, or ever, that I am a composer also. That feels kind of like taking advantage of one situation to market my other activities. So, thank you for those who connect the dots. Kalamazoo has always been an inspiration to me, though when I was a kid, it was just home. It provided me my gateway drug of cello in the public schools, and I had the wonderful junior symphony under Julia Stolberg and Herbert Butler, though it took me a while to choose music and head off to Oberlin in my second year of college. So it's okay to take your time figuring things out. When I returned home after 20 years of adventures, Kalamazoo again gave me opportunity and inspiration, which I appreciated much more as an adult. I see myself as a cellist composer who also does other things. I was a runner in high school and a computer operator at Oberlin, recording engineer, teaching various things. You get the picture. I never had that drive to a single goal. Yep, no focus, no ambition. But in my defense, I had my palm read when I was young by a beloved family friend. And he said with great certainty that I had 3 main interests that I should keep active. And I really did take that to heart. You can find it in my old diaries. But I've often since wished that I'd asked Dr. Schwaltman, which 3? Instead of pursuing just one goal, I've stumbled upon many paths full of twists and turns, and mostly wonderful surprises. As my mother often told me, I am lucky. Many of the things I also do now, union officer, arts administrator, and really even composing, I may never have tried if someone else had not convinced me I could and should do it. When I returned to Kalamazoo in 2001, I resisted the community arts liaison position at First Baptist Church. I was an onstage artist, not a behind-the-scenes worker. But when someone believes you can do something, they may be right. Story of my life. So I eventually said yes and immediately began planning programs, writing grants, and exploring the community. And then I was ready for the Michigan Festival of Sacred Music, now the Connecting Chords Music Festival, when it was ready for me. And that has really been wonderful. It warms my heart to know that what I do is noticed and appreciated, but I couldn't do that without those who started and nurtured the organizations I work with, like my old paper route customers, Lita Snow and Wen Shao Chen, and so many of you. Thank you, Kalamazoo, for listening, for this honor, and yes, for your expectations. I'm grateful also for my parents' support in almost anything I did, and for my friends and colleagues and friends. Music has always been a participatory and mostly contact sport for me.
Hello, I'm Brian Zocker, the Executive Director of Kalamazoo Reese's Education for the Arts, and it is my extreme honor to introduce our last Community Medal of Art awardees for 2024, Mary quite contrary, Mary Queen of Scots, God rest ye Mary, parsley, sage, rosemary, and Sandy Bremer, can you help me out here? Mary Whalen! If you were part of one of the instigators who decided that it was far past time for Mary Whalen to have to give a 3-minute speech and you nominated her, please stand up. If you are part of Mary's EFA or KIA family, or you're one of the many teachers that she has worked with in Kalamazoo County, or one of her many collaborators, please stand up. Take a look at that, Mary. Mary Whalen has been one of the area's go-to fine arts photographers since the 1990s. She's been a photography instructor at the KIA since 1995 and took over their chair of their photography and digital media department in 2013. For nearly 2 decades, she was an archival photographer for Western Michigan University Theater Department. Mary began her tenure as Kalamazoo Risa Education for the Arts teaching artist in 2002. She works with EFA's Lincoln Center-based aesthetic education program and the alternative arts program with students with special needs or who are in alternative school settings. Mary has always balanced this work with the KIA and EFA with her work as an individual fine artist. Mary works in all forms of photography, digital, traditional, but she's really best known for her work with experimental and historical photo processors, as well as her work of going to all sorts of different art forms and working with all sorts of different artists, as we witnessed here tonight. Mary's artistic work has received awards and has been exhibited in galleries and museums throughout the greater Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Three Rivers area, in Michigan, in Ann Arbor, Detroit, and East Lansing, and nationally in Illinois, Texas, New York State, and New York City. Her work has been purchased for the permanent collections of the Arts Center of Battle Creek, the KIA, the Kalamazoo Valley Museum, Western Michigan University, Michigan State University, and Lincoln Center Institute. Her collection at Lincoln Center Institute has been displayed and used as a teaching work of art in school settings throughout New York City, Buffalo, New York, and Seoul, Korea. Mary provides her leadership quietly through her work and her mentorships. She provides a calm, steady approach to bringing out every student's artistic voice and vision. And she strategically, don't use strategically in a speech, strategically scaffolds the building of their technical skills. Mary will also receive a Community Medal of Arts designed by Brent Harris.
Thank you, Brian Zocker, and thank you. I'm overwhelmed with the thanks that I want to give to my family, to teachers, to mentors, to each and every person who saw and encouraged my enthusiasm for image making. Any success I have attained is because of and from this arts community that continuously supports a variety of arts programs. All of us have gained so much from what this community has provided for so many years and in so many ways. Long ago, the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts gave me my first opportunity to work in a photographic darkroom. My instructor, Gary Ciadella, taught me the process of image making and the love of the history of photography. I didn't know it then, but that was the start of my path to teaching photography. Years later, working with a KIA grant-funded program called Voices, I met and collaborated with poet Julie Bowles, teaching grade school children, introducing them to photography and poetry. The process of teaching in a partnership spirited my enthusiasm for teaching that continues to this day. For me, collaborating and teaching is an extension of and a part of being an artist. Throughout my career, the Arts Council has supported my work through grants that enabled projects like photographing young boxers at the Boys and Girls Club, or documenting the Kalamazoo River using a 19th century photographic process. Not only the financial support, but the validation from the Arts Council and grant panels has been greatly appreciated. And Education for the Arts Aesthetic Education Program has given me the opportunity to be an arts educator, a teaching artist. I get to encourage art exploration and develop appreciation of the arts in school children. We are cyclically generating an arts audience that fosters future working artists like myself. All of these communities continually shape me, my art, and my teaching, and that includes this special community here tonight. Thank you all for coming out for this celebration.
And let's give a round of applause to all of our recipients tonight. You guys are all well-deserved. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting them. In your program, you're going to see a list of donors and members. Those folks are the heart of what we do here at the Arts Council, and I'm sure every single one of you are in that program tonight. So thank yourselves. I also would be remiss if I didn't thank the group of people who came together to put on these awards. 65 people were involved in putting these awards together tonight, including my staff who are all over the building everywhere, and some volunteers, and the board of directors also jumped right on in there, and Lambert's Design and PMN, so let's give it up for all of them. I want to encourage you to take your program home with you, because that also lists all of the artists who participated in the gifts that we gave out tonight. And we need to give one more round of applause for Kids in Tune, Egypt Trinity, Bronc Chords, and Movement Reservoir Dance Company. They were great tonight. If you would join us now in the, I call it the cafe, but I think they call it the cafeteria here. So if you go out the back doors, and we'll have some ushers kind of point you to where the cafe is. We have some refreshments and you can mingle. Thanks for coming.